Beat around, 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 beat around the bush.
Hello everybody. It's a lazy Friday afternoon, and we are again in the radio studio of Center of European Initiatives. Today there is something new. The first new thing, it's me in the studio. My name is Krasimira. And, and I have some happy, smiley company here, the volunteers of the Center for European Initiatives. So again, say hello.
Oh yeah,
Hello,
finally time to say
hello.
hello.
What's up?
Finally time to say hello. Hi.
Yeah, so this is the other new thing, that it's the final radio appearance of Aidas and Ieva. Well, not the final one of Esraa,
Next
because
week.
you have 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
But still, we're going to talk about goodbyes.
Yeah.
About goodbyes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
That makes
you guys have been in Stara Zagora in Bulgaria for 6 months now.
Oh yeah,
So,
close to 6
yeah,
months.
Yeah.
At the beginning, could you please give me just one word that is describing the whole thing, the whole experience?
Okay, so for me,
One word.
I would say fulfilled.
What?
Fulfilled.
Fulfilled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fulfilled. You know.
So you have fulfilled something.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, from all the aspects, I guess I'm very fulfilled. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds great. Yeva?
Okay, for me it would be positive because from every aspect of this, volunteering experience, I feel very positive because I found a lot of new things here and a lot of good experiences and just good vibes. So it's just positive, yeah.
Another
Thank you.
energetic word, and yours, Aidas.
Oh yeah, if I would choose something, it would be thankful. Can I say that? Thankful, okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Why? Because I'm thankful for the opportunity that the organization, that Krasimira, you gave us.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, but also thank you Erasmus Plus program that is funding everything. Okay, not everything, but almost everything our center is doing. And thank you to all of you who contributed a lot to the past 6 months. So today we're saying goodbye to some of you, but also welcome to some new volunteers. Let's listen to some music, and I hope our listeners will stay with us till the end of our talk.
Oh, enjoy.
Enjoy.
They will. See you guys.
Welcome back. My name is Krasimira. I'm in the CEI radio studio with Aidas, Ieva and Esraa, 3 wonderful people, and today we're talking about goodbyes, but in a positive way, right?
Yes.
In a happy, shiny, positive way.
Oh yeah,
Please, because I'm about to cry now. Yeah.
actually, as our post on the Facebook says, that every goodbye is just a new beginning for something. So
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
great. Okay, so what are you going to begin after you say goodbye?
what are we gonna begin after? Well, I have plans for I think 4 years of my life just studying. Well, not a very like unique way to do to go on, but still studies are important in my life, and
What do you want to study?
I'll study robotics.
Robotics?
Robotics are either informatic engineering, but it's from the same almost from the same place.
Okay, I was going to ask you how EVS would influence the subject of your studies, but
I mean, you can find those things everywhere. I mean, everything influences everything, and of course, first of all, just public speaking and communicating with other people. This thing has improved a lot in my experience, and it will help not only in my studies and everything, but in my whole life.
okay, so you mean the soft skills,
Yeah.
like working with people.
Yeah.
This is what EVS actually gives you.
Yes, I mean, because what we did in the CVS was mostly working with kids, and well, I'm not gonna do that in my studies, but who knows, maybe when I finish my studies, I will open some kind of workshop area for kids that's connected with robotics.
Why?
I mean, maybe I'm saying maybe I would do that. So
Or
it
make
would
a
help.
summer camp with robotics.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Yeah, robotic summer camp.
Yeah, exactly. So
Sounds
so
great.
actually, I would use those skills.
Aha.
So why
great.
not?
So yeah, okay. How about you girls? What are you going to
Who
start?
should start? Yeah, okay, so I can start. I can say that I think that EVS kind of added something to my studies because I was already studying languages. I was studying modern English and Swedish languages in Lithuania. And yeah, I think that I improved my English here and, of course, public speaking skills and just soft
How
skills.
about
just
your
like
Bulgarian?
Yeah, I learned some Bulgarian. I can understand most of the things that people say, but sadly, I cannot speak myself because I was almost all the time with Aidas, and it's just a very good favor for him to speak for me, and they just left out like that.
Okay, well,
But it's okay. Yeah.
talking about Bulgarian language, Ezra's getting silent.
Yes.
I mean, it's not that bad, but still. I mean, I didn't really improve much in the language, but still, I can recognize it very fast. Of course, I can understand some parts when people speak, but I can't reply back. I don't know. I mean, the basic sentence, hi to ask for something, how to ask for something, how to introduce myself. But other than that, it was like very empty page. Yeah.
What are you going to start after you finish?
I will just continue my study back home because, in order to come to Bulgaria, I had to take a gap year. So, yeah, I mean, I study in English. So, speaking in English for 6 months, I mean, and it's gonna be like very good for me because, my study is in English and it's like more of a way to just, I don't know, like to be very good when I study because I kind of now know, I know how to express myself in English. I know how to understand people when they speak in English, and at the same time, studying will be much easier because I've been doing this for months, and continue it in a more academic way. I think it's gonna add a lot or just be easy, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the finish, but let's go back to the beginning. Do you remember how it all started? The idea of volunteering in Bulgaria and volunteering in Stara Zagora, how did it just happen? Okay, Aidas.
The girls are too shy, alright. I guess I'll have to start over again.
Yeah.
Well, sure. How did I come here, right? A short story.
How did it come to your mind that you could volunteer, and then how did you choose Bulgaria and say?
So first, the volunteering came up to me when I think 2 years before before I even got here. I mean, that was the first time when I heard of it, when I thought that I would really want it. But throughout those 2 years, I would just forget it and have some other things to do. Well, when we started living with Ieva, and we both had this mutual dream, you could say, or
Shared.
yeah. So we both wanted to go volunteering. It seemed. So when we just had 6, 7, 3 months, just like from gap years, we thought, why not? Let's go and volunteer together, because this way it was easier and everything. So it was. I knew about it a long time before, but I got to do it because I could say that it was also Yeva's influence that we got here. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, I just want to add that for me it was a huge will to try living abroad. Yeah, to try different cultural experience, all the surroundings and everything, to try different environment from the family, and it turned out great. In fact, I'm really happy about this decision in my life.
You're really lucky to be volunteering together with your boyfriend.
So yeah, here comes the next part of the story. How did we choose Bulgaria? So first of all, about what Ieva said, that living in different environment, I have already done that. I've been to USA and the other places where I lived alone. But yeah, so this wasn't really like a new experience to live alone for me. So about why Bulgaria and how did I choose it? I didn't particularly choose it very well. I think Krasimira chose it for us when
Bulgaria chose you.
yeah when she replied to our message in Facebook that we can actually go to volunteer together, because many organizations look only, let's say, for one participant for one country or something like that, and they wouldn't really want to accept two people from the same place. So yes. So you, Krasimira, you replied to us when we asked, and that was it. I mean, we contacted you. The whole EVS looked very cool. I actually have seen it before in the posts, but it didn't attract that much attention until you actually reached for us.
Yeah. Okay, but again, you're volunteering together with your girlfriend. Doesn't it ruin the whole experience? I mean, it's not a totally new experience because you have somebody to
Yes,
rely
yes.
on.
I mean, from one perspective, I mean, volunteering separately would be a totally different experience. Yes.
Yeah.
But if we're looking to improve, let's say, our relationship and everything, then volunteering
Okay.
together is way better, a way better choice. And
So that's even a bonus to your relationship. Has it improved or?
Yeah, I think so, because we had like minor or mere arguments at some point, but it was all right. Like we managed to solve everything, and we came
Yeah.
even better now.
having arguments is a must thing in a relationship. I think.
I also
Isn't it?
improved very much my relationship with myself.
Okay.
So cute.
Yeah.
Okay. How did it start for you, Esraa?
Local volunteering in my country, and I was volunteering in this international organization that called ISIC, and I have met international people. I have dealt with them, and they were doing basically the same thing. They were coming to Egypt to volunteer, and I was just like the one who's helping them, the one who's kind of giving the task, making a partnership with the non-profit organizations so they can find a place to volunteer at. And I don't know, I felt like I want to live the same experience. I really I saw them. I saw how they improved, how could, I don't know, they only the program was only for 1 month and a half, but I could see that they actually learned something, and they were very, very satisfied with their experience. So I was like, yeah, I also want to try this. And I don't know, I'm kind of very curious person, that I know that there is more to see than just being in my country for my whole life. I know that if I traveled, I will just meet new people that lives a reality that different from the reality I live, and I know that I'm coming from a very different background from the people here. So I was like, yeah, let's try this. Let's see where this gonna
Brave
take
girl.
me. Yeah. And for Bulgaria, for why I choose the program, why I choose the country, I was kind of looking for a project more. Like, I didn't really care about where I'm going. But yeah, I just found your post on Facebook as well. I reached it to you, and you replied very fast to me, and you were so professional. I kind of get a very, I don't know, welcoming vibes, and
okay.
yeah, you
Thank you, Facebook, for bringing all those
Exactly.
nice people.
exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm very glad that I mean, you accepted me. I'm very grateful for this, because yeah, I mean, for people that comes from not outside of Europe, it's kind of hard to find opportunities, volunteering opportunities. But you were very open. You were kind of didn't really care about if I'm from Egypt, from whatever the country is, and it's like, yeah, sure, let's do the interview. I mean, if you're good, why not accept you? And I was like, yeah, thank you for that, because I really wanted to do it. And I don't know, when I arrived to Bulgaria, I was not the country was give me this sense of freedom, this sense of adventurous, because I never lived alone. I never been this independent in my life. I mean, and I'm 20. I'm not. I mean, I'm kind of adult. I had to experience it. Not that late, I guess, but still, I'm very happy. And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're all okay. Happy, grateful.
Yeah.
For people that don't know the program, probably it all sounds like traveling, meeting new people, lots of excitement. How about challenges?
Wow, a
Wow.
lot. A lot
What
of
has been the
challenges.
biggest one for you, Esraa?
My biggest challenge would be, of course, communication. Yeah, and just working with different people. Yeah, that was a very, very challenging thing. To be always understanding, to be always, all, like collecting yourself, trying to get what the other person on the other side trying to tell you. And, we all the time have different ideas, different opinions, and kind of trying at the end of the meeting, at the end of any gathering, to have a shared, agreement, or a shared opinion, or a shared activity was not that easy. And
Have you been fighting a lot?
no, we didn't really fight. I mean, did we fight and I forgot it?
Honestly? Okay.
I don't know. No, we didn't fight, but of course there was like tension moments, like kind of mad at each other, but still, like it's okay. We're going through it because we know this should happen. It's part of the experience, and no one can complain because we already signed up for this from the beginning. Yeah, but still, I mean, this has improved my communication skills very good, because now it's more easy just to receive, from people. And more, you're more compassionate about other people life, about other people, different way of communication, different way of responding to you, because it shouldn't be like very normal and very going very smooth and everything is good, because if it's like that, it won't be challenging. I would not learn anything.
Yeah, it will be boring.
Exactly. I would like, are we okay? I mean, yeah, why we're not fighting?
Do you think that as a result of this experience here, you're now more open-minded, you are more tolerant to other cultures, that
Yeah.
you know more about others in general?
Yeah, I would also say that I'm more flexible thanks to the
Okay.
lessons where we had to organize the activity,
Yeah.
like Esra said, where we had to work with kids. Yeah, of course, you become more open-minded, more tolerant. Yeah, everything just combines into one big thing, and you just explode in mind, and you think that, yeah, that's actually like a mind-changing set of things.
Yeah, I remember you were, okay, you are
Yeah,
very
I am.
organized.
Yeah, I just want to
So
plan
you
everything
had your
in
own
small
things
details.
written,
Yeah.
your plan, and you insisted that everything goes according to the plan.
Yeah.
And you got very frustrated once when it didn't happen.
Yeah, I remember. I guess everybody does. Yeah. So, but after this, it was just very easy to just come over myself and say, okay, but if everybody is okay with everything being like flexible and free, then why should I complain? And then, okay, then I'm also being flexible like the others, and that's
Okay.
it.
No,
Yeah.
planning is good.
Yeah.
Planning is good. Everybody agrees about that. But still, you need to have a plan B so that you also
Yeah.
manage to control the failure. So,
Yeah.
what were your challenges, Aidas?
I mean, the challenges that Esraa and Ieva faced were almost for everybody, I guess. And maybe not about the planning. So some people just don't like to plan, but whatever. So for me, of course, the communication with the teams and everything was with not teams but with other people was also a big challenge. The other thing was just getting over myself to start doing things. Sometimes I would just ignore the things that I have to do, and I know that I could do them good. I can do a very good program. I can make it very interesting and everything. But sometimes I just get occupied with other stuff that doesn't need thinking or anything. And after everything, the program that I had, let's say, the program that I had to create, yes,
Yeah.
turns out to be not as interesting and not as good as I could have done it. So yes, what I'm trying to say is that I had to climb over myself and start doing some things.
Okay.
That was because I would consider myself a really lazy person when it comes to
Really?
to some things.
I
And
would never say that about you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but it just sometimes I would consider myself like that, especially when many things clump up into one day, let's say, then I just get so lost in everything. It's just frustrating.
Okay. Yeah, that's really surprising actually, because according to me, you have always been a person who likes to control the thing,
Well,
have
yes.
everything prepared in advance. A list of materials is ready. Everybody knows who's buying the materials, who's getting what from where.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking about those moments when I don't do that, and maybe nobody notices that I, let's say, don't create or do something, but I just feel bad for myself that I know that I could have done it, but I didn't do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So 6 months, is it a long time or
I
a short time?
I would say it's not the longest thing that could happen, but of course there are many important things that happens in seconds or in minutes, and this is 6 months. So I mean, it was still a a big life experience.
Well, let's talk about achievements now. Do you think that for this period of time, 6 months, you have managed to achieve what what you wanted?
I'm not sure what I really what do you mean,
Wanted.
but what I wanted. I mean, of course, my main goal of volunteering was to get to know get to know what I want from life. Just try out new things. Just try out new, let's say, occupations, try out new experiences and everything. And yes, it gave me that. I worked with kids a lot, and now I know what is it to work with kids, what is it to, let's say, work in the radio, and so on and so on.
Okay. How about you girls? What do you think you have achieved for 6 months?
That's a very good question. And like I said, I sometimes feel lost about it because there are so many things going on, and sometimes you just cannot catch all of them. That
Yeah.
you maybe accomplished it, but you still think that you don't, or things like that. Yeah. So I think that, like Ida said, they tried out a lot of new things because while studying languages, you're not very sure what you're going to do in the future, if you're going to work as a translator or in the embassy or whatever. So yeah, I think that I have found out, and like my achievement is that I found out how to communicate with different people and how to be more flexible. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my
Sounds
that's my
great
main goal.
actually.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And
What about you,
Esraa?
Esraa?
What have you achieved?
I don't know. I think this question really needs like reflections, like to just sit with myself and start reflecting about each and everything that I have gone through. But I can say that, like I kind of have a respect for myself that I actually did it till the end. I mean, through everything, through the bad moments, through the good moments, through when it was very challenging, when it was very exciting, when it was boring, and I was like kind of losing motivation. I mean, yeah, I kind of like, being like, I don't know, like being very, like to follow the schedule every week, to show up in every activity, to try to be positive and talkative and engage with people, even when it was sometimes hard to do it. And I don't know, just like just being here is an achievement because this is something I never lived. This is something I never experienced. So and I did it. I mean, and I could do it for more if I can. Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to go home?
I think I'm not ready to go home. I'm not ready to go and study and attend lectures at 8 in the morning. Here is more, fun, to be honest. And we have you. Of course, I want to be with you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that we never really split up with volunteers. We keep in touch, we share what we do, so the ending is not a real ending.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I'm never sad when people leave, because I know that I just have more friends.
Yeah, of course.
It's not volunteers that I lose, but I just gain more friends around the world.
Of course.
Okay, you had the opportunity to do a lot of things, a variety of activities. Kids, schools, presentations via couches, radio, even videos that you have to finish. Remind me to tell you about that later.
Thank you for reminding.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so what was the most exciting thing
I would
that you did?
I would say the camps. I mean,
Okay.
from
Which
from
one?
the camps.
That's
Yeah.
spring
Camps.
camp.
Ah,
Well,
right.
you know what?
Plural.
I can say the okay, all the camps, whatever. But by exciting, yeah, they were very exciting because we got to meet lots of new kids, and kids are always fun to work with. And we had to we had to do researches on so many things, on so many activities and everything. And this way we learned a lot.
Yeah.
And it was just a brand new experience. Okay, not a brand new, but it was a very good experience and a very big one for me, and it was the most valuable one.
Yeah,
And at the same time, I should say the most exciting one. Yeah.
I enjoyed that also. And you girls?
For me, I really enjoyed going to schools. I really like it being in the class and just talking to the students and kind of I was learning also from them. It was not from one side. I was getting like from we I mean I could have I really saw that when we started going to schools they were shy. They didn't really speak English that much. But now at in final classes they were talkative. They were like I don't know. They were just being themselves and acting freely and speaking English without asking for the teacher to help them and translate something. And for me, of course, presentation skills more to become more self-expressive and express my ideas and just being comfortable talking in front of like a huge audience because the classes were around 20 something students. The radio as well. I really enjoyed doing the radios. I mean, Aidas and Ieva, we had like a very good synergy between us, and of course Maria and of course Giovanni. It was just fun speaking about what we wanted, whenever we wanted, anything we are interested in, anything they are interested in, and I got no idea about it just because they wanted to speak about this topic. So I had to research, I had to, learn from them as well. And the camps as well. I mean, the camps was very fun and
So everything has been really
yeah, exactly. I just started from the first thing to the last. Yeah.
Okay. And you, Eva?
Yeah, I would also say that everything basically from the camps to going to school to radio shows, but also the mountain camp and of course the on-arrival and midterm trainings, they were just pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was also very good.
I mean,
Running it.
do you consider it part of our program? Well,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
a little
of
bit.
course.
It is, yeah, it's
Well,
an
yeah.
obligatory part of
Okay,
your program.
well, yeah. If
But
you
they're
don't-
really useful.
yeah,
for me.
and talking about excitement, I would probably then switch from the camps to the trainings because they were just relaxing and very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
Like learning experience in a very relaxing way.
Yeah, but it was really awesome because all the volunteers from all around Bulgaria gathered and they just had so much information and so much things around going on, and it was just amazing. Just amazing to
Lots
meet
of
these people.
positive
Yeah.
motivation together.
Yeah. And you're thinking maybe I'm not that good, maybe I'm even better from these ones, and then you're starting to
so
put
you could
yourself in a
compare.
level. Yeah, to
Okay.
compare.
And they were actually the trainers were very cool. Like they were flexible. They were. I mean, it was not like a trainer and a trainee. It was more of a friendship. They made it feel like we're actually here to help you, and we want to just have fun all together. Try to learn from each other. And the tools they gave us was very effective. Like actually, they gave us tools, not just some theoretical information we can find on the internet. Yeah,
Yeah,
And of
practical stuff.
exactly.
And here we come up to the free time that you also share with mates, with other volunteers, or with local people. Can you highlight the best thing that you managed to do in your free time?
Traveling.
Traveling.
Yeah, trying hitchhiking. I thought
Oh my
I thought that I would never do it, but somehow we dared to do it. And I think now that I would never do it again back in Lithuania because I just think that culture is a bit different and people mentality is
Did it
also
go
different.
well?
Yeah, all the times everything was just nice.
Okay. How did you
The best
manage
experience.
to do it? Did you wear special
No,
equipment?
not really.
No.
I mean, we even tried doing like signs for the cities, but in the end, it didn't. Nothing really worked out. What worked out is a big smile. and
and
let's say
just waving and
yeah,
showing like looks and
like
thumbs up
not
and saying
yeah, not
everything's
just
alright.
standing like a statue or something, but smiling, waving, and
Okay.
like already
Interacting.
yeah,
Eye contact
like
with the driver,
already
yes.
having a conversation while he's driving past you. That
I have never tried it. So, okay.
I mean, you guys were hitchhiking together, but I had to do it all alone by myself.
Yes.
Yeah, and I hitchhiked from Romania to Bulgaria. It was a very good accomplishment.
Wow.
To me. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I never hitchhiked in my country. I will never do it because I just can't. We don't do this, and we will never do this. And yeah, of course, like I have like many friends now just from the people that stopped for me, and we hang out after. I mean, like they came to Stara Zagora and we met, and it was not only to the free ride. It went like farther than that. I have them on Facebook. I can reach to them anytime if they want to. We planned that they will come to my country. Some of them, and it went very well. Of course, sometimes it was creepy because I'm alone by myself. Not everyone is good. Not everyone has like just normal intention toward someone, and some people didn't really know what hitchhiking. So when they stopped for me, they were like, "What do you want exactly?" I was like, "I just want you to give me a free ride, and that's it. Don't dream and don't go with your thoughts." Yeah, yeah. So it was very, of course, challenging, and it was new, and I actually kind of was scared to tell my parents about it because they never really.
Why did you tell them?
I'm not sure if I will tell them. I haven't, and I'm not sure if I will.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What else don't you want to tell to your parents?
Then what about couch surfing?
Oh yeah. I mean, maybe staying in a stranger's houses.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I use couch surfing all the time. It's
Okay.
the application is when you ask for someone to host you for like couple of days and you don't know anything about them, just the description. I mean, just profile picture and you just go. I mean, of course it's survived. That means they're trustworthy, but still you never know what could happen. So this is of course something I never did in my country. And I did here. I told you, this country gave me a very sense of adventures I never lived. Yeah,
So this is what volunteering does to good girls.
yeah. I'm not sure if I can call myself a good girl.
Not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Not anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
a good girl in a bad way.
In an adventurous way, you mean?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other highlights?
any other highlights? Well, traveling, yeah, and I mean the nature and everything, the whole Bulgaria. So wait, are we talking about free time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. so yeah, exploring, traveling, just those things, because that is what we mostly did with our free time. I mean,
Do you feel you had enough free time?
yes,
Or were
yes,
you
yes.
so
I
busy
mean,
with the schedule?
no, we had lots of free time, really. I mean,
Compared to studies
I
and
have to
part-time
think about
job,
that.
it's just amazing.
All right.
exactly, yeah. We had a lot of free time here, and probably most of the volunteers do have some lots of free time. I mean, I've even in the trainings we have even talked with other people, other volunteers, that's from what they tell, they even have more free time than we do. That they just don't do
Do you feel
anything.
jealous about that?
No, not really, not really.
Yeah,
Because then
it was just enough.
yeah, if it would be more free time, it would start to get boring. The whole project and the free time, it would just get boring.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it was just perfect. We had so much, just again not so much, but just enough that we would need, because we traveled a lot. I mean, we traveled even to other countries. We traveled to Romania, we traveled to Serbia. It's possible. It's possible while you're volunteering, because you have the resources. You can save the money and you have the time and everything.
Okay. Well, let's listen to one song
Let's do it.
and clarify our minds for the final speeches.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you have to prepare a 5-minute speech?
We'll see, yeah.
Enjoy the song, guys.
Hello, once again, welcome back. It's Beat Around the Bush. It's the final show of Aidas and Ieva. And Esraa is a guest speaker also. Great meet Rosivira, who is the volunteering coordinator of the Center for European Initiatives. And we are trying to say goodbye without crying. So it's time for the final speeches. What do you guys want to tell to all the newcomers and the future volunteers of our organization? Would you recommend it? Or would you like to warn them about something? Give them some tips, probably? So, time to say the truth.
Time to say the truth.
So first of all, I would highly recommend volunteering for everyone who is still having a doubt in their minds and saying that it's maybe not for me, because it's for everyone. I think it's for everyone. Everyone would find their place. Everyone would find their goals. Everyone would find their things to do here and things to discover. Yeah, I would say that it's absolutely worth it. From the beginning, I had a huge doubt whether to go to work or to go to volunteer, because volunteering gives you more free time, but not maybe as much money. But in the end, after volunteering, I realized that I will never have this much money and free time in my life ever, probably. Yeah, because we had an opportunity to travel a lot. We had an opportunity to meet a lot of new people who helped us a lot and taught us a lot. I guess these are the most important life lessons for me, that it's not always about the money that is the most important thing in life. Yeah, so yeah, I think that everyone should try it for sure. And for me, it was just amazing. I learned new things. I learned to work with myself. I learned to work with other people. I learned how to communicate better, how to say public speeches. So, and just many things to discover. I believe so. Yeah. So, thank you. Maybe it was short, but maybe I'll add something later.
Okay, so of course I would tell anyone who wants to volunteer but still hesitated or still have some fears, doesn't think that he's the best person to volunteer, like Ieva mentioned. He should try and put just himself out there without any expectations, and he would find his place somehow. About volunteering in your organization, of course, I would highly recommend
It's
it.
our.
Of course, yeah, in our organization, of course, I would just say yes blindly, because I met many volunteers that they had nothing to work on, and they were just, I don't know, they were just in the country getting the pocket money and doing nothing, and they had problem with it, of course, and they were trying to reach for help, trying to make activities, but it was not working. But when it comes to you, I tell everyone that my boss is a workaholic. If we don't have anything,
good thing.
of course it is. Of course, if we don't have anything to do, she will just invent a new event or a new project or a newsletter, anything, just
Out of nothing.
Exactly, out of nothing, just to see us doing something, just to get the best out of us. And yeah, and you're a very flexible, cool person to work with. I mean, you just, whenever we need support, we will always find you. We will always come and reach out to you. And I'm I'm very honest. I'm not bragging or trying to say stuff that actually is not true. But this is I mean, I'm sure everyone can agree on this. And what else? What was the? I mean, I kind of forgot yeah, the second part of the question.
Any tips?
Any tips? Okay, so my tip is just to don't feel scared, or don't feel, if you have something you want to say it. If you feel uncomfortable doing something, say it. If you don't like an activity, also share it, voice it, because if you didn't communicate, people won't know, and everything will just stay in the same way you don't like. So no need to, I don't know, keep stuff inside of you, keep stuff till they, grow, and there's no way to solve anything, and you just feel like you're fed up by, I kind of feel don't want to continue this, or I want to continue this because I have to, not because I really want to. So yeah, I mean, just I don't know, just put yourself out there, be expressive, be very alert for of what's happening around you, because time flies so fast that actually I feel like it was like 2 months ago, or like I just arrived. I was just trying to apply for the visa, but here, I mean, it's only 10 days left and I'm leaving. So you have to be very aware, very conscious about every day. Wake up with intention that you like, and that I want to do good, that I want to give my best, and I don't know, just feel, I mean, appreciate every moment, because really it happens fast, and it happens every day, that you feel like, yeah, kind of take it for granted, or just the normal, just our routine. But it's only 6 months, and and that's it. Yeah, so I guess these
Once
are my
in a
tips.
lifetime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What a nice speech. What a nice speech.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
From my side, if somebody would ask me, is it worth it to volunteer? Is it worth spending 6 months or 12 months or 10 months and abroad without really let's say, studying, or according to other people, not doing anything that is good for your future? I mean, just come here, and you're gonna see that it is really it's just an experience of your lifetime, just to volunteer. I mean, and if you still have any doubts, of course we're telling just come. But if you don't want to listen to us, just write to some volunteers that have already finished their programs. Ask for their honest opinions, and they're gonna tell you. I mean, I guarantee that at least 90% of volunteers will tell you to go, and just go volunteering if you really have some free time. I mean, by free time I mean, let's say, a free year or something. So about any tips for the volunteers? Yeah, do as much as you can. I mean, what Esraa said, just don't waste a minute. I mean, of course, if you need to relax. You can sit down, relax, sleep, or do something. But just use your time well. And let's say Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a very big country, and if you, let's say, travel to 5 biggest cities, it's not over yet. You can see the whole. There are like thousand more places to see in the whole place. Just do your research and go and do something. Don't sit around. That's my tip.
Is there anything that you didn't have time for and you want to do in the last few days in Bulgaria?
Can we go to more mountains or travel more?
Well, we're gonna do that.
Meet more people, even, maybe. Just everything that we did basically before. I just wanted more and more and more. I think I'll miss it really a lot throughout the whole year of studies, upcoming studies. Yeah, for me it's just people and traveling and nature.
What I would want to have it more, I guess, more time with you all. I mean, especially because this is our last days here. So, I mean, of course, you feel like you want to be with these people more, because it will. I mean, you might see them again, you might not see them again. So yeah, I think I just want to spend more time with all of the team. Yeah, and I don't know, connect more deeply with them, kind of overshare everything we have gone through, share with them the good moments, that if they kind of, I learned anything from them that was very visible and was very useful to me and really affected me, I would just go and tell them, because of course it's just kind of like a authentic, real, meaningful connection we shared through the whole period, and I want to end it in a very beautiful way, in a very good way, that actually to remember each other and to remember what we had together, what we had in this moment. Yeah, so I guess that's the thing I want more. Yeah.
I would like to. What I'm gonna miss? I'm gonna miss Bulgarian foods.
Ah.
Let's say all those. I didn't eat many of these big dishes and everything, like moussakas and everything. But I'll miss the pastries from the Boničarnices.
Yeah.
And the prices, I'll miss the prices from Bulgaria. I mean, when
So honest.
I mean, when I'm gonna go back to Lithuania and we're just gonna go to the shop and spend all our savings for one shopping, I'm gonna be like, oh, I miss Bulgaria.
Yeah, exactly.
when you can when you can go, yeah, when you can eat, let's say for the whole week, let's say for 30 lev or something. Is it for two people? I'm counting for two people because we're counting everything for two people. Or let's say a 50 lev or something, but it's way cheaper. I'm gonna miss the prices really.
Well, you can always come back.
Do your grocery and go to Lithuania.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the freedom, the freedom that's we're not really wrapped in some kind of work or studies. That's, let's say if we want some days off, we have those. We can have our days off because we are volunteering. If we want all our weekends, we don't have to do anything really. I mean, of course, sometimes you got to prepare something, but okay, the freedom. I'm gonna miss the freedom.
Yeah, no other obligations, no paying bills. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, well, I didn't really taste the life of paying bills yet, but I think in a year or two, when I will have to, and I'm gonna think back to living here in Bulgaria, I'm gonna be, wow, that was good. Not counting, not taking care of anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
just living.
Well, I guess it's my time. It's my turn for a final speech.
I'll do that. Were we good boys?
Yeah. Are you happy? Do you regret choosing us?
Well, I have already said goodbye to more than 50 volunteers. So very often people ask me, am I tired of saying goodbyes? Or am I sad when I say goodbyes? Or how do I really manage to say goodbyes all the time and go on in a positive way? Well, as I said, I don't accept it as a split up because I know that a part of my motivation and inspiration has gone to other people. They're going to their places, and for sure they will have ideas that are related to what they have been doing here. And it means a lot because one of the many missions of the organization is to really invest in the young people's future. And it means that youngsters that leave the projects here are more ready for their life. I don't just mean the studies, but just to be themselves, to be creative, to follow their dreams, to organize their plans in a way that step by step they invest in themselves and achieve something. So I know that in each of you there will be something that you got from Tei and from myself, and of course that there are so many options to involve you in future, in other initiatives, in other activities that we are organizing. I'm actually, one of the last things that I have been dreaming recently is making, say, branches or offices in other European countries so that we have a real network of people who have once or twice or even more been involved in activities here. I think it would be really great because we can do a lot of activities together, involving so much potential and so much energy. So I keep on dreaming, just like you. So it's not a goodbye, it's just let's move to the next page.
Yeah, of course.
Okay?
Yeah. And I mean, you're welcome in our countries at any time. Yeah.
It's like, see you soon.
I would love to.
Exactly.
I haven't been to Egypt, I haven't been to Lithuania, so wait for me there.
Of course. Yeah. Oh my God.
Of course.
Okay.
Our doors are always open.
Are you sad, Aidas?
Sorry?
Are you feeling sad? You
No,
look sad. No?
and I really don't feel like. I mean, I've been thinking. Many people have been asking, do I feel sad about leaving or something? I don't. I mean, never, because once again about the post that we made. It's just a new beginning. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm never really sad about this thing that I'm leaving.
Okay. Let's finish in this positive way.
Yeah.
Dear listeners, you will be able to listen and to see actually some photos of Ieva and Aidas and Esraa's projects and activities in the video that will be uploaded on the YouTube. So more people will be able to see it. You can share it too to your friends so that we have more motivated youngsters to volunteer. Goodbye. Stay tuned for our next episodes.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao. We're not gonna be here. Ciao, guys. Ciao, ciao.
We'll miss you, Aidas and Ieva.
We'll miss everyone too.
Shall we end? We still got 4 minutes.